We're here today to give you some more NBA plays and some MLB Wednesday, April 27th. How you doing, guys?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I got some nice player props for y'all today, so looking forward to the card.
Doing
Right.
good, guys. Doing good. Hoping for another good day here on the books. So that's all we can hope for.
Yeah, yep. That's all we can hope for is another good day here on the show. We'll recap real quick. All three of us were here yesterday. Um, Yesterday I gave out five plays here, five plays, going 4 wins, 1 loss here on the free plays on the show. I had an amazing day. Went 11-1 in all. That's the paid selections that I have. People paying for premium plays. So huge day. 8-0 in the MLB and 3-1 in the NBA. But on the show, I gave out some more good winners in the NBA. I went 2-1 here. The only loss being the Pelicans covering the spread. That did not happen, but I had Minnesota in the first half with 3.5 points. They were leading at halftime, as they have in all these games. So 3.5 points was nice to have. Hawks +7. Hawks rally back just to come up short and go home. Um, Also on the show, I gave under 8 runs in the Indians and the Angels. Ended up 4-1. Angels won that game. And I had Miami first five against Washington Nats and Josiah Gray, and that cashed two. So right there, 4-1. Not talking about our consensus that all of us were on was Miami. Bo had Miami full game, TMAC full game, and I was on that as well. So outside of that, 4-1 on my own, plus 1-0 in the consensus, making it 5-1 total on my part. T Mac gave a lot of plays yesterday. I gotta hear how he did. How'd you do yesterday, T Mac?
I did pretty good, John. Had a couple scary spots, but we pulled out 5-3. Or no, what were we? 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a little mess. I'll just go through the picks. Sorry. So we had Cleveland under 8.5 that cashed. The Cubs money line that did not cash. We had Miami run line that cashed. We had Washington team total under 3.5 that cashed. Texas money line in the first five that did not cash. The Mets money line cashed. Kansas City first five over 4.5 did not cash, and Toronto first five minus half a run did cash. I think, sorry, that's 5-3 day.
I count 5-3. I was counting them off
Yeah.
as you talked.
Yeah.
5-3.
Both
Very
shaking
good.
his head yes too. He came up with 5-3. So very good. 5-3 is an excellent record, especially on 8 plays. Joseph's here. How's it going, Joseph? He says hi to Bo, T Mac, and myself.
What's up?
All right, Mister Bo. Here's your chance. What'd you do
All right,
yesterday?
man. I'm back to my old even Steven.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Memphis game is the one that killed me, man. It killed me on all three plays that I had in the Memphis game. I put the over 59.5 in the first quarter. Got killed by the hook. It was 59 points. Minnesota missed a free throw that would have cast a ticket. So lost that one. I lost the over in the full game, and I also lost the Memphis -6. I was really hoping for some overtime. I almost got it, but that was my 0-3. I cashed in with that under 217 in the Miami Atlanta game. Easy cash right there. I, I cashed in with Miami, like you said. I had them in the full game -117. And I cashed in with the Houston Astros -118 over the Texas Rangers. And I went 2-2 with my props. I had Trey Young under 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Not even get close. And I barely missed DeAndre Ayton over 20.5. He got 19 points. So a little extra play that we put in towards the end, it cashed but not counted. We discussed it with Hank, with Chris Paul over his points. He got it at 22. So three straight wins, three straight losses, and went 1-1 with the prop. So not good, not bad, but we're trying to get to that plus money. So let's get back to it today.
All right, sounds good. It sounds just like the Memphis game kind of got the best of you.
Mm-hmm.
The Angles
If I
just
just,
did.
if I just could got one of those cash, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, man, eh.
It happens. It happens to all of us. It
I
happens
just
in baseball.
I hate to see people miss free throws. That irks me.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So yeah, and when it goes right, you look great, and then when it goes wrong, it just all falls apart. So that it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not like he
yeah.
got blown out either. It was a half-point loss on the one, and it was a very tight game. So
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So today's a new day. TMAC, you playing NBA tonight? Got two
no,
elimination
sir.
games. Anything interests you in that?
I didn't get to it, guys. Just sticking to baseball for now. I'm gonna wait for the second round and maybe dive in a little more.
All right, maybe you'll find something tomorrow even as well. Today's action didn't look so great either. These games are both elimination games. Bo, you playing today's games? NBA.
Yeah, I got two. Some different kind of looks, man. I didn't take any full game plays, but I do got two player props. If you want me to jump into them, I'll go ahead and jump into the first play if you want me to.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll jump to that Milwaukee Bucks game. As we already see, they land 12. Zach LaVine is out. That's the big news of this game. Uh, he out from COVID restrictions and protocols. So the line is -12, over none at 217. I took the over in the first half, over 105.5 points. I got it -110. I know that when Zach LaVine is out of this lineup, the Bulls play much faster, so they're also gonna lead to more points. Also, I think Caruso is gonna be out the game. He one of their top defensive players, so that's also gonna vote well for more points for the Bucks. And I just feel like with a do or die game on the line, I feel like DeMar Rosen is gonna kind of step up, man, for his team. So I like for it to be a lot of points in the first half. I think it probably slow down towards the end. The Bucks probably be in a big blowout. They'll pull all their players most likely. That's why I targeted the first half. So try to get them points up. So I took the over 105.5 points. Also in this same game, I'm looking at Bobby Portis, his props over his rebounds at 10.5. He's been filling in for Chris Hilton since he's been out. Last two games, he cashed in his rebound prop in both games. And his first game when Chris Middleton was out, he put up a double-double, 18 points, 14 rebounds with three three-pointers. So he also cashed in with another double-double in the second game on Chris Middleton in the last game over Chicago. So I think he's going to have another big role today. So I got him over 10.5 rebounds at my 10. I got the over 105.5 points in the first half in that game.
All right. All right. Sounds good there. As you said, Levine and Caruso are both out. I don't know how Levine caught COVID. I don't know how many times he can be vaccinated
I
and
mean,
still get COVID.
that is just so irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? That just disrespectful to your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. COVID's still going. Like, stay in your room. You know what I mean? Whatever you gotta do. Just,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had COVID once, and I'm out with people every day, so I don't know. I thought COVID was behind us. So it's weird that
mm,
he had it. Somebody else had it last week. A crucial player. I forget who it was. Um, and all these guys, besides Kyrie never had it, and he wasn't vaccinated. But all these guys with the vaccine are getting it. But that's another day, another subject, another program. BP was a chalk eater yesterday. It went well. He played all the chalk plays. All the favorites won. Parlayed him, made some money there. Thinks the Bulls and the Nuggets are going home. Probably right there too. A lot of chalk on those games tonight. -400, -500. It's not much you can do with those. You either bet your spreads or your totals or watch some baseball or hockey tonight or catch up with some chores that you've been slacking on. But I'm going under in this game. I am going to play right back in the NBA. So Bulls and the Bucks gonna go under tonight. Under 217. 3 out of the 4 have went under. I expect some more of the same. I don't know what the Bulls motivation will be. Maybe they'll try to keep it close and stretch this out another game, or maybe they'll be deflated and move on with their tails between their legs. But either way, I'll ride the trend here. That's been under 3 out of the 4 games, and we'll take a shot at that. Under 217. What about the last game? Nobody's got interest in that. Denver's just going to get the shit hammered out of them. Golden State is the much better team. Too bad for Joker. He's just a one-man crew. Maybe LeBron will recruit him and D Wade and Bosch and build a super team with the Joker. Because I mean, I feel bad for the guy. He's out there just hammering away every night, and you know he don't have a super team.
You got to remember, 2 of his best players they out. Jamal Murray missed the whole season, and Porter Jr. So I think if
they're great. They're great players, but they're no superstar level. Murray, there's an argument there, but he don't have, like I said, superstar talent around him.
He's been out for
in my
2 years.
opinion, he is the real MVP. Without him, the team barely gets 30 wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying, they remind me of a team like Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of those players on the Heat game like really a number one to me. I know Jimmy Butler is their guy, but he's never been a number one to me. They just play good as a team. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's better to have a team than just have 3 stars. Like, prime example, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, right?
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's just not the way the league is anymore. The super team era has been in effect for a while. Since Kobe retired, he didn't need that either. Um, Tim Duncan made other players around him, Ginobili better. The little guy, what was his name? Tony Parker.
Parker, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But, since LeBron has been the ambassador of the NBA, so to speak, it's just become, hey, let's gang up and try to dominate. And poor Joker isn't doing that, at least quite not yet. So, and not to say the Warriors did that. They brought on Durant, but then they were just as fine with him leaving. So, the Warriors are pretty homegrown. But the Warriors just are really the better team. Who will the Warriors go on to play next round, Bo?
I think it's gonna be either the Mavericks or Utah.
Okay. All right, so there we go. So nobody's touching Denver, Golden State tonight.
I just got a prop in there, man. I'm taking the Joker under his rebounds, 13.5. In all 4 games, the only time he went over that total was in the last game. In the first 3 games, he had all went under this total. So I think it's gonna continue. Plus, man, Golden State is one of the best offensive rebounding teams. They get a lot of rebounds. So, and another thing is Golden State just don't miss a lot. So he's not gonna have too many chances to get rebounds. So yeah, I like the under 13.5. I think that's too much for him tonight. Plus, if it's a blowout, they're gonna pull him. So that's that's another angle I'm looking at. So like I say, he done cash this and 3 out of the 4 games. So I'm looking for him to cash that ticket tonight. So I got the Joker under 13.5 rebounds.
All right, sounds good. I don't think he's not a quitter. That's just not in his nature. Like you said, if the coach wants to pull him and rest him, that'll be one thing. But I do expect Denver to go out with everything they have tonight, especially the Joker. I just don't think they've got enough to get it done. not only win the game, but even cover in. What is the current line? 9.5 or so?
8.5, 9. It's
9.
8.5, 9.5. It's different at different books.
I even tried to look at the angle of teasing, adding 4.5 points at -110 to both dogs, and I just couldn't make a strong enough case on it. I had the Hawks on another side teaser last night. I made that case with the Hawks with 11.5 points once I found out Butler was out, but I just can't do it tonight. I mean, 13 points with the Nuggets sounds tempting, but it could go south quick. So, all right, so there we go. Let's just move into MLB. Like I said last night, we caught fire. Our first consensus play that we gave out here on the show went 1-0. Miami handling the Nats. All right, today I've only got 2 plays outside that NBA play. What are you looking at, TMAC? You got a full card again, or just narrowed it down to a few plays today?
Yeah, I only got a few plays today, guys. I only got 3 actually. Well, I am on the Mets, but they're already playing. So yeah, I got 3 to give out today. I'm gonna start off with Boston and Toronto. We got Waka on the road. He has a 1.88 ERA, so he's been really good this year. But last year on the road, he had a 5.61. So I'm kind of in a tough spot with these numbers. A guy that pitched really shitty last year, but now he's pitching good all of a sudden this year. It kind of puts me in a tough spot. There's a couple of them today, so I'm just kind of hoping I'm gonna roll with that. Watch at the 1.88. He's gonna be what the numbers are right now. Because last year was a different year. We got to slowly transition into this year. So anyways, Toronto batting right now, they're hitting 241. Their last 7, they're hitting 257. So they're still hitting. They're trending up. Toronto versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 251. So they're right in that range still. And versus Waka, though, they don't really do that well. 211 average, and they put up 1 run, 6 runs, and 0 runs. So I'm expecting them to only get maybe 1.5 runs off Waka today, even though they are hitting. I'm really going to put my faith into Waka today. I think I could be wrong, but Boston's bullpen's pretty good too with a 3.6. So I expect Toronto to maybe get 2 runs off the bullpen, totaling them at 3.5 runs today. And then on the other side, we have Stripling pitching for Toronto. I don't trust this guy at all. He has a 4.50. Last year, he had a 4.12 at home, so it's a little bit better at home, which it should be. Boston hitting, they're hitting 226, not good. Last 7, they're hitting 224. It's still not that great. I know they did put up some runs last night, but I still don't trust them. I do I trust them versus Stripling, so we'll get to that. They hit 245 versus Stripling, and they put up 6 runs, 4 runs, and 6 runs against him last year. So those are big numbers. So I'm expecting Boston to hit Stripling and get probably 3+ runs today off him. And Toronto's bullpen's at a 3.0. It's pretty good. So I expect Boston to get 1 to 2 runs off them. But the play is going to be Boston in the first 5 money line because I do not trust Stripling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Boston first 5 money line. What's the money line paying?
Plus 122.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
I endorse it. I like it.
Sounds
Sweet.
good. Boston had the nice lead last night, and Toronto crept back and took them down in the 9th, took them down in the extra innings. So,
yeah.
He's going right back with Boston to start out hot. First 5. Jenny's here. Poor Pelicans lost. Yes, they did, Jenny. They lost and they did not cover, but they will win the next 2 games, she says. So
All right,
look for the Pelicans to move on to round 2, according to Jenny. Good luck with that. I think there's a chance they could win the next game. I agree with you half on that. I think going back down to New Orleans, you might have a chance. But going back into the desert, I don't know. Let's hope they can pull out Game 6. Daryl's here. How's it going, Daryl? He likes the dog and the Red Sox to get the win. So he is in line with that with you, TMAC. So there you go. Got some Red Sox love here today against the Blue Jays. I think Walker picked.
Sorry?
I think Walker pitched for St. Louis last year. Is that correct, Bo, or am I a year behind?
Mm, either it was St. Louis or I think did he pitch for Tampa Bay? I'm not. I think it was either one of those
No,
teams.
no. Now you say Tampa Bay, you're dead on. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. Thank you very much. Yep.
Is it Tampa?
He pitched for Tampa last year. He is absolutely right. I would not have thought of that if he wouldn't have said it. Yeah, I'm a year behind. He pitched for St.
I
Louis the
wasn't
year before.
aware of that.
I now that he said it, it comes back to me. So there you
That's
go.
fun.
So he pitched for Tampa in the AL East last year. So some guys are going to be familiar with him. Daryl's got the win with Bo and the Astros yesterday. So there you go. Good job, Bo. Good job, Daryl. Today he's riding with TMAC and the Red Sox. Daryl, you played every game yesterday. I'd like to know what your record was because you
He
was
did.
hitting
Yeah, he hit a
on
lot.
all cylinders, or you're yeah,
He
you had a
did.
lot of plays. So I
He
don't know.
did. I know for sure he did good in the basketball.
Okay,
He,
good,
so
good.
he took Memphis straight up. He took the under, and I remember he took Miami straight up, and he took the under in that game. So I know that's
Good,
4 wins
good
for him.
man.
Man, if I had half the memory Bo's got, I'd be something else. Man, just a quarter of that memory Bo has. It's astonishing there. All right, all
Yeah.
right. So Bo, are you playing the Boston Toronto game today? I am not. Are you?
No, I'm not, but I do like Boston to get that win though.
All right. So he's leaning on Boston there, but not pulling the trigger, at least not yet.
No,
We got two more games, T-Mac.
Yeah. So that Boston play was my top play. Today, like I said, it wasn't a very great card. We'll go over back to Miami again. I kind of struggled with this, but I did make the bets. I told John I was on one, but I'm actually gonna give them both out just because I don't have a lot of plays today. So, anyways, with Miami with Lopez, he's on the road, guys. He has a .52 ERA, which is pretty impressive. Well, actually, that's very impressive. On the road last year, he had a 4.34. So he's not a bad pitcher. You can trust the guy for sure, I think. He was better at home, so he is a little bit worse on the road, but I still trust the guy. He's got a .52 right now. Washington, they're batting 225 right now. Last 7, 221. Washington versus righties, 229. But Washington versus Lopez, they're hitting 331 with home runs and doubles. They didn't put up a lot of runs, but they did put up 2 runs and 0 runs against them once. So I am kind of putting Washington at 1.5 runs here, maybe 2, versus Lopez because he is on the road. Washington or Miami's bullpen is really good, 3.32. So I would expect Washington maybe only get 1 run off them, totaling them at like 3 runs today, kind of. Washington. Then we'll look at Washington's side with Fetty. He has a 6.75 ERA. Last year, he had a 5.5 ERA at home. So he's probably a little bit more trustworthy at home, but he's still a 5.5 is still not good. Miami just batting in general, they're hitting 242. The last 7, they're hitting 248. So they're trending up. The Miami versus righties, they're hitting 251. So even better. And versus Fetty, they're not really hitting them that well. They hit 201 with a home run, I think, in there, and they scored 2, 1, 1, and 0. So since Miami is hitting, I am expecting them to get their 2 runs off Miami today. And Washington bullpen it's gotten a little better actually. It's a 3.94 now, so I'm still expecting 2 runs off them. My initial play was to take the first 5 over 3.5. I did play that. And I'm going to take Miami in the first 5 minus half a run as well. That was a 0.5 unit bet.
All right, all right. One thing I'll just point out, T-Mac, you give a lot of great analytics and great information. Just like Fetty or no Lopez against the Nats lineup. You got to remember that Nats lineup's been pretty much dismantled, and then Nelson Cruz. If you're
Yeah.
going off of last year, Nats isn't the same Nats team
Well,
as last year.
It doesn't go off the team stats. It goes off the player stats. So if the player did play for a different team, it still calculates how they hit off that pitcher, even though he was on a different team.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just
okay. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good. I wasn't sure where you were getting all that information, but now you've clarified it, so that's even better. So
Well, it
very
does
good.
suck because I had a really good website I used to use, but the guy that does it, he's kind of like an underground guy. He just retired this year from doing it, so I had to find a new source of the information, which is a little bit skewed, but there's not as much good information as I'm used to. So, but it is still there.
Well, you hold on to that valuable information. That's worth some money. So if anybody's interested in that, there should be a finder's fee on TMAC's end because that is some valuable information. I'm going to try to get that out of you off the air here. So,
I'll hook you up.
but yeah, just so like I said, if you're trying to look at past pitchers versus clubs, um, the clubs sometimes have been dismantled, especially the Nats. Most
Yeah.
of those guys are not on the team, and then what they have added or adjusted is not what we saw last year with the Nats.
Yeah.
So there you go. First five Miami at a what? Minus what?
Um, I gotta check here. Sorry, I don't have it written down because I wasn't gonna give it out, but I did.
I like it. Escobar is a strong pitcher. I just don't like it. It depends how juicy it is. Um, Daryl went 3-0 in the NBA on sides and totals. Very good, Bo. Had known that. And had 5 losses out of the 15 MLB plays, 10-5, 66%.
Ooh,
So
whoa.
Daryl went 18-5 on the day. Wow.
Wow,
Impressive. He
very
put them out
impressive.
there. Yep. He put them out there and
They
he
fully
won them.
they tracked.
Yeah. Once you put it on video, it's there. You can't go back and change your mind or change your play. So, um,
Good job.
10-5. That's kind of right up and similar to what I did yesterday. Very good, Daryl. Very good. 3-0 in the NBA. So
Well,
maybe we.
I'm on this Miami game, and
All right, let's hear it.
I'm looking at I'm looking at this. I'm looking at current form right now. Lopez, he only allowed 1 run in his first 3 starts. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of innings pitched. So I don't trust this Washington lineup. Only 2 batters in there I really am nervous about is Sato and Cruz. As far as the other 9, not really worried about them. Plus, this lineup for the Marlins, it's a different lineup. They got some way better hitters in it this season, and I think they're really trying to prove something. So I think the Lopez is gonna pitch good again. I think we're gonna see a similar situation like yesterday. So until further, man, I'm a fade Washington. Also, this year for Fetty Wap, in his last game, he got hit 6. He gave up 6 runs to the Diamondbacks, and we already know they're batting 182 as a lineup. So if
Yeah.
he gave up 6 earned runs to them, and he only lasted, I think, like 3 innings in that game, probably was one. It was a bad. So yeah, I'm a fade him. I think he's on his way out the door. I think the only reason why they keep putting him out there, they don't have nobody else. So
Yeah.
so so I'm a fade Fetty. I'm gonna trust Lopez to keep doing what he been doing for this season right now. And I like them to get the wins. It's juicy, more than what I like to play, but I got it 141 for the full game.
All right, there you go. A little juicy, but it's only pricey if you lose. If you're letting the casino or the book borrow your money until after the game. So it's only
We're just
juicy
gonna
if you lose. So always remember that.
just gonna clarify the Miami game. I took the first 5. That was minus half a run at minus 109.
All right, so there you go. He's laying a half a run, willing to take the chance on not being a tie, and laying the half a run to have the lead. Bo laid a little juice, but like I said, it's only juicy if you lose. He's basically letting him borrow his $141, and he'll pick up $241 once the game is over. If you look at it like that, sometimes it's not as bad. It don't seem as bad. You got to lay it up, but as long as you get back there to collect it, it's not that bad. One thing I just will let everyone know, because I do like both these guys' plays, and I'm not trying to say anything against them, but just always remember, strong pitchers will get cold and cold pitchers will get hot. I think we saw a little bit of that yesterday. TMAC was kind of on the fade of Pavetta because he had done shitty 3 starts in a row. Pavetta's a average, even above average pitcher in his career. He's not like Fetty, so we won't go into that whole conversation. But Pavetta had 3 bad starts. T-Mac was nailing him on those games. Yesterday, Pavetti did finally make a few adjustments and pitched better, even though Boston lost the game. So, and great pitchers, Walker Buehler, Corbin Burns, they're going to have their bad games too. It's a long season. Luckily, we're here at the beginning. So, strong pitchers will probably pitch pretty strong, and then you'll have a hiccup here and a hiccup there, and bad pitchers will pitch bad, and then they'll have a decent game here and a decent game there. But just on caution of the analytics side, guys, I just want you to know there's the human factor and a lot of other factors that go into things outside of just the analytics. So that's it. Not trying to disagree with anyone's plays. I love the plays. I'm full backing of the Marlins as well. I didn't play it, but I think you're both on point, on spot there, and should be able to get this done.
One thing you know about me, Mr. Johnny, since you've been knowing me, I think about all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you already know.
Oh yeah, I'm not telling it for you, but I'm telling it for everybody else, so they get some knowledge here outside of the picks.
I'll just add too, guys. Back to Pavetti. So when a pitcher does face a team and then they almost face them directly again in their next start, it's kind of a zigzag because you get rocked in the first. You're the pitcher and you get rocked in the first game. You're gonna make fucking adjustments in the next game against that same team that you just played a week ago. That's kind of the way it works. They want to see if these guys can make the adjustments the next time out, and that's what they try to do. Because you can't go out and pitch the same way because they're going to fucking hit you again. So you have to make those adjustments, and the batters they don't know what adjustments you're going to make. So Pavetti did pitch better, but opposed to the first time around, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the same works for batters too. They have to make adjustments as well. Just similar to football where one team will do this in the first half, the coach will go in and make adjustments in the second half, and the game can turn completely around. Those things do happen in baseball as well. So those guys are both on the Marlins again. I couldn't agree anymore. I didn't play it, so we won't make it a consensus, but I'm definitely leaning on it, and I may make a play on it as well later. So moving on, I'll give you my first pick, and then we'll get back to. Go ahead.
Another thing about that is that I don't bet teams looking for that first win after they losing so long. Just like yesterday with the White Sox, they on a 8-0 losing streak. I'm not gonna be the one to say, "Oh, they're gonna win today."
Yeah,
I'm gonna ride the streak.
Mm-hmm. I learned.
Team is losing, I'm gonna keep fighting them till they win. Because I'm gonna win maybe 2 or 3 times before they finally win the game. So I'm only gonna lose one game, riding that streak. And right now, Miami Marlins, they're on a little mini streak. It's not no big one, but they don't won their last 3 games, and I think Washington lost their last 7. So that's another thing I looked at too.
Yep, very good. That is very good point right there. He's riding the hot one and staying off the cold one. He's not trying to break the streak. He's trying to follow it. It's kind of like if any of you guys have been in a casino and played roulette, the game of roulette, and you're playing black and red, and you watch that little board they have, and it's came out black 7 times in a row, and the guy comes up and puts $100 on red and says, "It's got to be red. It's been black so many times in a row. It's got to be red." No, it doesn't have to be, and chances are it may not be because it's just the way it falls. They put them boards up there not to help you, but to do things like that, make you go in there and think, "Oh, it's got to be red. It's been black 19 times in a row." Whoa. the law averages says it has to be red next time. No. It's just like a hot team. They don't have to lose. They can go on and win 10, 12 games in a row. And cold teams can go on and lose. I mean, look at the Reds. They lost 11 straight before they finally won.
Mhm.
So definitely don't go into your betting like that. It will not do you any favors. Still, look at your games and cap them appropriately. Don't go in saying, well, they've lost 6 in a row. They're got to win today. It's a must win. No. No, it means they're cold. You need to look at it like that. It means they're cold.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
So with
dropped
that
the
being
ball.
said, I'm gonna.
I'd say I dropped the ball on the White Sox yesterday. I wasn't quite. I couldn't believe that. Would they put up 0 runs?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're cold right now. They're
Wow.
cold.
Yeah, I
There's no
gotta.
denying it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take the White Sox today with your money. I wouldn't play the
No.
game, but
just
they're
like
cold.
Yeah.
they're cold.
Go ahead, Bo.
Cleveland Guardians are cold.
Yeah, they're cold. I wouldn't take them right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm going to bet against them. I wouldn't take Cleveland today, and the Angels are so pricey with Otani on the hill. So that's one of the reasons I'm not in that game at all. Well, a game I am out on is Colorado, and they're getting kind of cold too. They went up to Philly, and Philly's starting to come alive, and Colorado's starting to cool down. So Colorado's pulling out some young kid, 25-year-old Ryan Feltner. Pitched only 2 games last year. He pitched a game in spring training, a couple innings. 2 games last year, he just got shelled. 11.51 ERA. On the hill will be Ranger Suarez for the Phillies. He 3.65 ERA in 12 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's 1-0 with a 4.38. Last 2 games have gone over. I'm going to ride that streak. I'm going to go over today. Total set at 8. Kind of find that kind of low. First game was 8-2. The next game was 10-3. Phillies winning both. Going to ride over 8 in this game. Like I said, I've never put a lot of stock in Ranger Suarez and semi-rookie Ryan Feltner. 2 games, 11.51. Didn't make it out of the 3rd inning of either game. When he has pitched, we're going to take over 8 in that game. That's going to be my free play in baseball today. Hey, Ron. Hey, New Game and Mia. We did the NBA. Sorry, we're not going to go back. We're going to just keep rolling along in MLB. What's next, TMAC? Bo, who's next?
Go ahead, Bo.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk about this Dodgers game. I think it's gonna come on in about an hour or so. We got Julio Urias going up against Zach Gallen. Right now, Dodgers, I think they're like minus 185, so they're a big favorite on the road. Over and under, instead at 8 right now. It was 8.5, went down to 8. Yesterday, Arizona came and got that win, man, 5-3. So y'all know I love taking teams after a loss. The Diamondbacks are still one of the worst teams in baseball right now. We already discussed, man, their batting average as a team is still at 1-2. So I think they do have a nice pitch on the mound with Gallen. Not taking that from him. But I just feel like that lineup is going to get shut down today with Julio Urias. He actually pitched better on the road. So I like for the man to bounce back in a big way today and get this win by 2 runs or more. So I like the run line. I got it minus 110, and that's going to be my play in that game. Also, man, the Dodgers for this season, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it, but like 70% of their wins has been by more than 2 runs. So I also looked at that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Dodgers, man. The bounce back. I don't see the Arizona Diamondbacks scoring more than 2 runs in this game. So I took the Dodgers, man. I got them minus 1.5, minus 110.
Very good. Dodgers are still on the road down in the desert, down in Phoenix, right, Bo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, while you were gone, we were keeping track of the Dodgers. They had won 6 in a row, and all those 6 they had won covering the 1.5 run line. So we were keeping track of that. So definitely like your play there today. So look at that, guys. You're laying what? Minus 110?
Yeah, I got it minus 110.
All right, sounds good. So instead of laying the big pricey 185, just have them win by 2 and get it back down to a normal betting price. So very good. Anything else? TMAC, I got one more. You got how many? One, two?
I got one more left. I do
One
like
more.
Bo's Dodgers there though. I might
Yep,
look into
yep,
that a
me too.
little more. So we'll go over to Houston and Texas. I got my ass kicked by Houston last night. Congratulations, Bo. They fucking spanked Texas. We'll look at Houston. They have Javier on the road today. He has a 0 ERA. He's been really good. Last year he had a 4.29, so it's not great. It's somewhat respectable, I guess. I think he is a younger guy. I'm not sure. So he could probably get better. But anyways, hitting 227 right now. Last 7, they're hitting 216. Versus righties, 210. Versus Javier, 205. They faced him 4 times. They put up 1 run, 0 runs, 0 runs, 1 run, and 3 runs versus Javier. So I'm only expecting them to get 1.5 runs today versus Javier in the first 5 innings. And Houston's bullpen's good. We know that. It's a 3.00. So Texas, I'm expecting them to maybe get 1 run off the bullpen, totaling them at 2.5, maybe 3 today. I don't even know why I was on them yesterday. I'd have to look back. They're hitting terribly right now, it looks like. But anyways, Texas Otto, I'm not sure his first name. He's a rookie, guys. I don't like the guy at all. He has a 1.80 right now, so he is somewhat impressive, but I don't trust him. In Houston, they're not batting. They're starting to pick up a little bit. 209, but there's the last 7 they're 204, so that doesn't quite make sense. But the Houston versus righties, they're 217. Versus Otto, they're 215. And they did put up 7 runs once and 0 runs against them once. So I'm going to put them at 2 runs today versus Otto, 2+ runs actually. So they should get at least 2. And then Texas bullpen is 4.11. So I'm expecting Houston to get 2 off them as well. I took Houston on the run line. That is a 0.5 unit bet. And that was at, sorry, I don't have it written down. I got to look at my book. Open bet. Run line.
Plus
144.
You're looking at the line price.
What's
All
that?
right, all right. Houston on the run line.
Yeah, plus 144.
All right, all right. White Sox are up 3-0, so maybe they're going to get right today. 3-0, top of the 5th.
Bastards.
Cardinals are up 8-4. Cardinals in the bottom of the 5th. So
Not
Dodgers
cool.
game will start in 30 minutes, 25 minutes if anyone is on that play that Bo gave, laying the run and a half. All right, and I'll give my last play and we'll wrap this up. Baltimore and Yankees. Yankees 12 yesterday, Baltimore 8. Today's a different story. Taylor Wells is on the hill, 0-2. 3 games started this year, 8 innings pitched, 0-2 record, 6.75 ERA. Jordan Montgomery's on the hill, 0-1. 3 games started, 14 innings, 2.51 ERA, 11 strikeouts. Last time Montgomery pitched a good game, 6 innings, 3 hits, only 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. But he got no run support against the Tigers, losing 3-0. Today we're going with the Yankees. We're going to lay the run line on this one. We're going to take -1.5.
Nice.
Yankees bats are starting to warm up. Baltimore is still bottom dwellers, 3 runs a game, 210 batting average, 26 in the league. They did score 8 yesterday to pump up those numbers a little bit, but I think Montgomery's going to try to get a win today. Pitched really strong, and the Yankees should be able to shell on Tyler Wells and that beat up bullpen. Both bullpens were kind of taxed last night. I think the over might be in play as well, but the play I'm giving is 1.5 on the Yankees. That's another thing to keep in mind when bullpens get beat up the night before. You might want to look towards over in the next day, but we're not going with that. We're just going to go Yankees by 1.5 at home against Baltimore. Same kind of line Bo's getting, -110 on the Dodgers.
Yeah, man, them bats don't woke up for the Yankees. 22 runs the last 2 games.
Yeah, but it's the pitching they're facing, so you know we'll see when they face some decent pitching. So that should do it.
I got one more. I got one more play. We're
You got
gonna
one
get
more?
one more, man. Give him some winners.
All right.
I'm going back to the Padres, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue. If y'all see my theme of the day is fade the bad teams. Fade the bad teams. So we're gonna fight another bad team, man, with Cincinnati Reds. I got them on the run line, -107. They already played Cincinnati and San Diego in the first series. They swept them in that series. And yesterday they got the win by more than 2 runs in that game. It wasn't even close. I mean, I think San Diego just kind of put their worst relievers in there and just kind of let them put the runs up. But today they got this guy Gore. He already pitched against them in the first series. He didn't give up no runs to him. I think he pitched like 5 or 6 innings. So I think he'll be able to suppress this lineup. I think they're either number one. You can correct me, Johnny. They're number one or number two worst lineup in the MLB right now. So they're not doing a good job putting up runs. And the thing I like about the Padres is that this team, once they put their foot on your neck, they don't stop. They can be up by 10. They'll still put up more runs on you. So I like that thing. I like that about them. They got that killer instinct. Uh, they got the little gold chain they put on your neck when you hit the home run. So I think that's an incentive for them to just get that ball up out of there. Plus, we're in a hitter's ballpark, so I like for them to put up a crooked number again today. And plus, man, in the 4 games that I'm played, San Diego Padres outscored the Cincinnati Reds 25 runs to 9. So yeah, man, give me the Padres on the run line at -107. And I also paired the Padres up with the Dodgers and a 2-team money line parlay. I got that at +143. So I think both those teams gonna win. So you can pair them up in that parlay. And I also took both of them on the run line. And yeah, man, one more thing about land on run lines, what I would like to tell the people is normally when you see me laying run lines, I do it on the road, on the away team, because they get their full 9 bats. So they can be in the 9th inning and still put the runs on. So yeah, that's another reason why I really feel confident about both these plays today. But that's gonna wrap it up for me, man.
All right. Sounds good. I don't need to correct you. The Reds are right there at the bottom of the league. Whether they're first or second depends. It changes every day, but they are still down there at the very bottom. Hitting, they are bad, bad, bad. And then missing is a couple of their Mike Moustakas is out and Jonathan India. So some of the guys that are better contributors, they're not even in the lineup. So the Reds are bad. Bad teams are bad right now. The Dogs are not winning in baseball.
I listened to that game yesterday, right? I was listening to it, and that guy they had on the mound for Cincinnati. Oh man, I could just see the sweat pouring off his face, man. I mean, it was a bad. You know, they make you stay in there for I think 3. I mean, how long they make a pitcher stay in there now? What's that rule?
I'm not sure.
It's
What is it?
You know they can't pull a pitcher out and when they're in trouble. He got
three batters, minimum 3 batters.
So he was under that rule. Oh,
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, the bad teams are bad. The Dogs just haven't been clicking at all in April. They usually do. Some Dogs are winning, but the bad teams are really bad, unfortunately, this year. Long season for those clubs. I feel bad for them. So early in April, and they're just already out of it. I mean,
yeah.
It's not easy. Not easy on a team losing all the time, especially at the start. You know, you got to build that chemistry, and the guys are fighting and not even talking and shit. That's just a long fucking season.
Yeah, and I already knew Cincinnati was gonna be a bad team. It sent a lot of people away. So, this is a rebuild season for them.
that's what you have when you have a cheap owner. That's what you get. Those are the results you get.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll do it, folks. That'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Appreciate everyone in here. Good luck with your plays. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
y'all.
guys.
Y'all.
See you, boys.
See you, bud.